Hi, I am so glad that you are here. It is the Friday the 13th version of our Moon Flow and Yoga Nidra, and today we're going to be going for a full hour. I'm so glad that you're here. Take a couple of minutes to gather your mat, your props, if you're going to use any, especially for Yoga Nidra. Get your blankets, pillows, eye mask, anything that you need. Minimize as many distractions as you possibly can. Take a moment with me right here and now. Take a huge breath in. Fill all the way up. Open your mouth, sigh it away. So in addition to our regular moon flow, we're going to do a couple of special things for our Friday flow today. One of them is going to be tree pose. So when we are on either side of the mat for our moon flow, we're going to move from one of those sideways postures into tree pose. And while we're in tree pose, I'm going to invite you to try out the fully blossomed lotus mudra. So I'm going to show it to you now, and then we will practice it along the way. And just notice how it makes you feel. So we start by bringing the hands together and then separate all of the inside fingers, leaving the thumbs and the pinkies together. So we open this all up. And you can hold this mudra directly in front of your throat chakra or in front of your heart area, or if you want, especially in tree pose, this can look quite lovely and might bring you some feelings of reaching up through the crown of the head with your crown of the fully blossomed lotus flower. So that's fully blossomed lotus mudra, and we're going to be practicing two kinds of breath today. Lion's breath while we're doing our movement practice, and then when you settle down into Yoga Nidra, resting, we will begin that particular part of the practice with Durga breath or three-part breath. All right, let's get started. We're gonna face the long edge of our mat. Ready? Let's get started. The moon is waning gibbous in Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign and rules the bones, the joints, and the teeth. So it's really great that we are doing a practice that is going to be supporting all of that. The teeth, well, at least the jaw. All right, small bend in the knees, rock back and forth on your toes, really get into your feet here. Extended mountain, huge breath in. Kali Mudra if you like, point those pointer fingers all the way up, reach all the way up, breathe all the way in. And then exhale, lean this way. Remember to keep a small bend in the knees and use your exhale to pull the belly to the spine, keeping the core nice and stable. Inhale through center. Reach up, breathe in, and then exhale, lean the other way. Inhale, center. Step out to star pose. We're going to do 3 rounds of star, goddess squat, add that lion's breath. Open that jaw, release some tension. One more. And now we're going to shift, warrior 2. Turn this foot so the heel is facing the long edge in the back, toes face the long edge in the front, and then pivot your feet so it faces the short edge for this leg, whichever one that is. Widen your stance. See if you can get a little lower towards the earth. Press down through the knife edge of this foot. Palm down to that foot. Reach the arms out. Get your shoulders right over your hips. Notice if you're maybe leaning forward or tilting back, or this way or this way. See if you can get your shoulders right over the hips and facing in the same direction. Arms up, shoulders soft. Prana Mudra is an option here. Shift your gaze over your front fingers. Right now, that is your bent leg, is the front. Warrior 2. Exalted warrior. Extended side angle. Triangle. Really reach through your fingertips to get the most out of the lengthening action for the upper body. For the arms, breathe deeply, victoriously. Now we're going to fold, step this foot up, pyramid pose. Take your time, there's no rush. We've got lots of time today. And if you're watching the recording later, you can always pause, come back, repeat, recycle, fold into your pyramid pose, drop your head. Take a couple more breaths here. Let the whole back body start to unwind and lengthen. Now we're going to step this foot back into a nice deep lunge, standing up tall on the tiptoes of that back leg. Lots of options here if you want to stay folded over, maybe even bring your stretched out leg to the earth, or stand all the way up into crescent lunge. You choose. Pay attention to your breath. Be where your feet are. If you're standing in your lunge, come on down to the earth. We're going to move into lizard pose. So bring your shoulder inside the knee. Lots of options here too. So you can stay with your palms on the earth or fists if your wrists are not in agreement with that. Or folding downwards. Another option, maybe let the front knee drop out. Check this out for yourself. Breathe deeply, go slow. Defy the urge to rush through something. Tuck your toes, lift your stretched out leg, and we're going to pivot into warrior four. All right, y'all, here's where we're going to move into tree pose. So pull this leg in and then stand up. And if you had to stand up in any kind of other way than I just did, totally fine. Just bring yourself up to 2 feet. We're over on this side of the mat, and now we're going to do tree pose. Small bend in the knees. Pull your belly to your spine on your exhale. We're going to turn this knee out and put the heel just over the ankle of the standing foot. Check back in with this knee. Make sure it's bent. Squeeze the muscles in. That dried grass makes me look like I have little sprouts coming out of my head. Yay. So this is the basic of tree. You can stay right here if you want some of the higher tree poses, maybe foot to calf. Maybe to the inside of the thigh, half lotus. And then fully blossomed lotus mudra, give it a try. balance and breathe. And then we're gonna drop from tree right down into our yogi squat. But drop slowly. Again, there is no rush. Again, and always, there is no rush. Things may be rushing around you. See if you can defy the urge to rush through. Just be here with your breath and your body. I know, it's a lot easier to say than do. All right, we're gonna come back up. Take your time, get there. We're gonna do tree on the other side. We're gonna drop back down into yogi squat and then side lunge and start the moon flow for the other side. Tree, bend in this knee, pull the belly to the spine, turn this knee out. Press the heel to just above the ankle. Got it? Good. Fully blossom lotus. And check out variations if you like. Ready? Here we go. We're going to drop down into our yogi squat. All right, my fellow earthlings, here we go. Lizard pose. Pivot. Lengthen out your back leg. Move your shoulder inside the knee. Scoot your front foot to the outer edge of the mat. Settle in. Time for warrior four, AKA side lunge. Come on over, take your time pivoting, take your time setting up your foundation. Breathe. Let's lunge this way now. Whoop. Yay. Choose your variations, choose your height. Breathe victoriously. Fold, step it up into pyramid pose. Feel better? Yeah, me too. All right, we're gonna step this leg back and pivot it so that it's facing the long edge. And then we're gonna create triangle and or extended side angle. Up, exalted warrior. Nicely done. I see you in my third eye. And back to warrior two, other side this time. Star. We're going to do 3 more rounds of star, goddess, add that lion's breath, ready, and go. Star. Pivot your toes to face the long edge, wide leg forward fold, drop the head, drop your expectations, freestyle. Hang out here. Wide legged forward fold. All right, let's come down to the earth. Welcome back to the earth. Toes together, knees apart for Simhasana. If you don't like this for whatever reason, maybe just do easy seat, crisscross applesauce. If you're gonna do this, then place your palms behind you with the fingers spread really wide. And then we're gonna do 30 seconds of lion's breath. Ready? Let's go. Halfway there. So good. Come on around to butterfly pose. Press the soles of your feet together. And remember, if this is like, oh, hell no, get your elbows around and use your arm strength and your upper body strength so that your legs can relax, even if it's just a little bit. The intention for butterfly is to allow gravity to drop the knees and the legs open so that you get a stretch through here. So give yourself time, be patient. If you want more from this, scoot your butt towards your heels, hold on to your feet anywhere, and then use your arm strength to pull yourself forward, keep the spine long, reach up through the crown of the head. Stretch this leg out, put this foot along that thigh, and we're gonna start with a lateral stretch. Stretch that arm out, turn your shoulders so that they're over your hips. Bring your top arm up and over. Reach your top hand as far away from your body as you can. And the stretch always completes on the breath. So once you're holding a shape, focus on the movement of the breath. And now we're going to fold. Turn and let your forehead and your knee drop towards your, knee. Words, y'all. Bring this knee up, and we're gonna do Marichi twist. So bring this foot to the other side of your knee. Turn and look that way. Take this arm, place the hand around the base of the spine, and this arm you can hug using the elbow to wrap around, or bring the elbow to the outside, really lift the spine up, reach up through the crown of the head, look over your shoulder. Be kind to your spine here. Loosen up if something is pinching. And then make as big an inhale as you can. And as long an exhale as possible. 2 more rounds here. Untwist. Let's come back to butterfly. Yay. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for spending this time with yourself, on yourself. Thanks for hanging out with me. May the benefit of this carry with you wherever you go today and all days. Let's head to this side. Lengthen this leg out. Put this foot to the thigh. Stretch this arm out, lateral stretch, and then remember to open up the rib cage so that you're facing towards this bent knee. Yeah? And then bring this top arm up, over, reach. Prana Mudra can be really useful here. Reach. Reach. Breathe. Make your breath louder and more prominent than the thoughts running through your head. Let's fold. Turn, shift. Let gravity. Sit up. Let's do Marichi twist for this side. And you may notice, if you're usually here for the 45-minute sessions on Fridays, we move at a quicker pace and we hold the posture for a little bit less time. So this is one of the benefits of having a full hour. All right, bring this foot to the opposite side. Sit tall. Keep your jaw parallel to the earth, reaching up through the crown of the head. Turn and look over the shoulder of your bent leg. Use your arm here to either hug your knee or twist deeper by bringing it to the outside. Look over your shoulder. Use the hand on the earth to Stabilize yourself on the earth. Breathe deeply, twist. Expand on your next inhale. Stay here and stabilize with your exhale. Untwist. So the movement practice is finished. I invite you to take any other stretches that you need, breath work that you need, and then settle out. There is no more work to be done. You have arrived to the resting portion of Yoga Nidra. Our movement practice was actually part of that. It was the first stage of Yoga Nidra, which in several different practices, there are several different ways of going about it. So one of my teachers that I have learned from does it in stages. And what we just did was considered the first stage, internalization. That is taking all of those outside influences that affect the tension in our body and loosening some of that tension out, because the intention of Yoga Nidra is to relax the body and relax the mind, but allow the mind to remain awake and aware while the body sleeps. Yoga Nidra is the sleep of the sages. It is resting awareness. So take some time here to situate yourself, situate your body, situate your room, all of your circumstances that you can get control over to minimize distractions. Go ahead and take the time to do that now. If you've already taken care of the room and your space, I invite you to start really settling the body in. Settle the body in, stretch out. And that can look and feel any way that you want it to, whatever the most relaxed place is for you, whatever the most relaxed posture for your body. And then find another layer of comfort to nestle into and be there, and then be still. Good. Take a few more rounds of breath here to fine-tune that. Notice if there are any wrinkles in the fabrics around you that could be straightened out. Maybe hair, maybe need a drink. Take another moment here and then settle, be still, allow your body to relax. And just be aware of the presence of your body, the skin of your body, the blood flowing through your veins, the muscle fibers coming to rest, the bones and the joints coming to rest. Notice the flow of breath. So even as your body comes to stillness, there is still lots of movement. The heart is still beating, electrical signals are still pulsing through the whole body. You are still breathing. Notice this whole process of resting. And notice the movement that still exists in the body and the presence of the body itself. The moon wanes gibbous in Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign and all things associated with the abundance and the stability of earth. Capricorn is a cardinal sign. It is initiating, beginning energy. Allow your body to be on the earth and of the earth. Notice that the body is the earth. It is made up of the same elements that the earth and the stars and all of the matter in the universe. The body also. Notice your body settling onto earth, and notice the sky. And notice that the sky is atmospheric pressure holding us in breath, allowing us to breathe. The gravity of the earth, the atmospheric pressure of the sky. Breathe in the sky, the bright blue sky of daylight. And exhale the cool blue, dark blue of night. Breathe in the air. Sky, atmospheric pressure. Be here and breathe. Capricorn is also a sign of leadership and systems. Self-governing, The body is a Capricorn trait. Take this energy of the moon in Capricorn to allow your body to be present and still, noticing being held by gravity. Notice atmospheric pressure responsible for the breath and the engine that idles and purrs, the engine that is your body, even as you rest. Be aware of the sound of your breath. Notice the sound that is reported to you through the ears, through the head itself, resonating, vibration, frequency. Notice the other sounds. Notice the sounds in your body, the sounds in the room, the sounds outside of your room, the sounds of the world, all of the sound being reported to you through your ears and the vibrations against your body and the vibrations in the body. Notice the aromas in your nostrils and the taste on your tongue, the roof of the mouth, the teeth and the jaw. Notice the whole lower half of your face, the nostrils, the lips, the mouth, the jaw and the teeth. What changes as you breathe in and out? Smell and texture and temperature, resonance and frequency and vibration. Notice the whole body at rest. Be aware of the whole body at rest. Be aware of the breath. Inhale. The breath in, expanding the rib cage, expanding the belly, expanding the whole trunk, expanding everything as you breathe in. Notice the length and the temperature and the texture of the inhale, and then give as much attention to the detail on the breath out. The breath can be controlled. Are you able to notice the breath without controlling it? Observe your body at rest and breathing. Notice the inhale, the details of the inhale, the expansion, the lightness. Notice the effort of the exhale, the stabilization back towards earth, back towards the spinal column, the structure of the body, the bones and the muscle fibers, the joint fibers, the fluids in the body, everything connected, all water is connected. Notice the flow of breath in the body, the inhale and the exhale. Control the breath with the inhale. Fill up as much as possible and let it go. And we will practice Durga breathing. This is a 3-part breath, inhaling to fill the belly and then the rib cage and then hold. And then on the exhale, empty the throat and the upper ribs and then the belly. First part, inhale, belly, ribs. Second part, hold. Third part, exhale, belly empty, throat empty, rib cage empty. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the ribs, fill the throat, hold. Exhale, throat, shrink the ribs, shrink the belly, exhale. Begin the process again. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the ribs, fill the throat. Hold. And then exhale, empty the belly, empty the throat, empty the ribs. Contract towards earth, stabilize to earth. Breathe in slowly, filling the ribs, filling the belly, filling the throat. A slow, complete breath, and then hold it for just a few beats. Control. And then release. Let the rib cage sink, let the belly sink, and back to earth, contract, stabilize. Keep noticing the breath in this direction. Keep controlling the inhale, the hold, the exhale. 3-part breath. Release the control over the breath and return to observing the breath. Be a witness to the action of your breath. And then let go of all doing, let go of all effort. Just be a presence in your body. See your body in your mind's eye. Feel your body from the outside in and the inside out, the whole body, flesh, skin, blood flow, the warmth of the body, the substance of the body, the heat of the body, the weight of the body, the light of the body, the lightness of the inhale, the light pouring in through your eyes. See if you are looking at something with the eyes open, soften your gaze. Allow it to be fuzzy patterns and light. If the eyes are closed, notice the play of light on the backs of the eyelids. If your eyes are covered, the internal light. See the light, the dark blue of night sky, the bright blue of day, gray skies, thunderstorms, rainbows, sunsets, moonrise, star sparkle, deepest night, dawn, first light, cliff edge, blue sky beyond, rolling rocks off the cliff, gazing out across the mountain tops, a little dog at your ankles, looking up at you, barking, leaping. A magician standing at a table, a wand, a crystal ball, a cup, diamonds, pictures. His table is full. His table is full. He holds a wand. There is an infinity symbol floating above his head, holding the scepter, holding the alchemical energies of cup and wand, the sword of the mind, slicing and dicing and piercing, the sky pierced, magician wand, magician sword, cup, diamond and gold, holding, controlling, magical strength. Beyond the magician, a palace, a huge veranda, stone columns, marble, stretching as far as the eye can see, blue sky beyond. In the shadows of the columns, a small table, a woman seated at the table, a veil across her eyes, a veil across her whole face. You notice the breath moving the veil. You can see her eyes through the veil as she pierces her gaze at you and hands you a gift and points in the direction of the horizon. A woman throned, flowers at her feet, marigolds and sunflowers and tulips and tiger lilies and all of the flowers of all of the seasons, the snowdrops, the raindrops, the clematis, the passion flower vines, flowers and fruit trees everywhere, the abundance. A woman crowned, her hair flowing everywhere, the hair, the rivers of the earth, vast oceans, crowned upon a stone throne. Man, fierce in aspect, his feet wide, his gaze direct. He points in the direction. You go. The shaman across the fire. The shaman across the fire. The shaman across the fire. What is your dream? What is your quest? A park bench under shade of trees, sparkling sun above, lovers entwined, embracing, kissing, unaware of everything around them. There is only the kiss. There is only the union. There is only the pair of them, the lovers entwined, the lovers entwined, the lovers entwined. War horses galloping, reined to a chariot, the charioteer holding the reins, velocity and speed and dust upon the tracks. A maiden standing next to a lion, holding its paw. It gazes at her gently. She gazes gently, removing the thorn. The scales held aloft in one hand. In the other, a sword pointing to the sky. A huge winged figure, blindfolded, scales in one hand, the sword in the other, reaching skyward. An elder in the darkness, hooded, cloaked, carrying a lantern and a staff. The water wheel, the windmill, the marketplace, vast, full, noisy, chaotic. Take your chances. Tree branch. There is a figure hanging from the tree branch by one leg, the other leg stretched out, upside down, a smile upon their face. gazing at you directly. A skeleton upon a horse riding through the graveyard. The archangel, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land, holding the chalices, pouring water impossibly sideways. Hades, the river Styx, the dark river. In the darkness, a tower, in the distance, aflame and crumbling. First light. Star, single, piercing the night sky. Crescent moon, full moon. Dawn breaks, sunlight, noonday sun, glorious. Be aware, be aware, be aware, and at rest. The rest of the sages and the saints and the yogis, this portal is yours. From this place of grace, this dominion of peace and rest that you have created with your rest and breathing presence, name your intention. Offering you the universal intention. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Safe, healthy, happy, and free. Me, you, everyone, all beings, everywhere, always. Peace. Rest here. Welcome back. Bring into your mind again your intention, your heart's deepest desire in this moment, and speak it to yourself. Remain at rest. Notice yourself resting and breathing. Notice the body, even at rest, is alive and moving. The electrical signals of the nervous system and the mind. Your thoughts are moving, the breath is moving, the blood is moving, the muscles of the body. Notice the muscles of the body. Stretch how you need to. If you have the luxury of remaining at rest and want to do that, then do that. If it is time for you to move on with your day, I invite you to stretch. Take your time. There is no rush. And make your way around to a seat. The Yoga Nidra guided meditation today was inspired by the Tarot's major arcana, the progression of the major arcana cards. And with that, I would like to read just a little passage to you from page 87. This is the description of one of the cards, the High Priestess card specifically. Attempts at perceiving the significance of one's self in an impermanent world are regularly uprooted and usurped by nature's actual alchemy. And looking at this a little closer, sorry, I don't have my glasses on, y'all. This is the Empress card. This is the Empress. This is great for Capricorn Earth energy, really deeply rooted Earth energy. Right after the Empress is the Emperor, which is structure, also really related to Capricorn. Here's the passage again. Attempts at perceiving the significance of one's self in an impermanent world are regularly uprooted and usurped by nature's actual alchemy. One more time. Attempts at perceiving the significance of oneself in an impermanent world are regularly uprooted and usurped by nature's actual alchemy. Take a huge breath in. Let it go. Closing. Gratitude for Earth. Gratitude for gravity, for holding us to the earth, for creating the muscles in our body, for creating the bones in our body to work upwards from gravity and then give it over to gravity when we rest. And gratitude for atmospheric pressure, for the sky that we breathe, making sure that that air gets into our lungs. Gratitude for the earth from which we rise. Gratitude to the stars of which we are made, and to each other to whom we belong. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm so glad that you have been here with me, taking care of yourself. May that extend to your whole day and all days and to everybody that you connect to. Live long and prosper. May the force be with you. I love you. Take good care of yourself.